Hey guys, welcome to the 30-day practice blueprint. Don Pelto here. What I'm going to talk about now I know you haven't got even into day one, which is coming next, but what I want to do is I want to share like one of the big problems that I have, and maybe you guys have the same problem. So I tend to be overwhelmed with ideas. Like if you're a marketing person, if you like a business, if you like business growth, life hacking, all these things like that, there's like hundreds of ideas. And then how do you like keep track of the ideas? There's like this overwhelm. It's almost like the FOMO, fear of missing out. Okay, if you're like that, you might be a little bit like me. You might be watching this. But what I want to share are some techniques for keeping your ideas and making progress. Okay, I want to kind of, because a lot of times with keeping ideas, it can be very distracting. There's a lot of different ways of doing it, and I've made a lot of mistakes, and I want to tell you what works the best for me, and then I'll share a couple of ideas. So for example, for the next 30 days, you're going to be getting an email a day with different ideas. Now, within this blueprint, there's no way to like take notes, and there's some action items or some challenges and things for you to do. My favorite thing is this. This is my handy dandy notebook. Okay. This is what I showed you guys the other day, which was like my list of stuff. And then what I do here is this is where I do all my journaling and my different ideas. So I put everything into one notebook, and I go through a notebook about every 3 months. Now I'll put a link underneath here to the notebooks I buy on Amazon, because that's the way I do it. And I just go through. I prefer paper now. Okay. Why paper? It's kind of low tech. I like it because I always have ideas and I can just think about things. And even from that other course that I've talked to you guys about, if you haven't heard about it, it's called the 30-day future self. You can kind of learn about different ways of thinking, and journaling really helps. Okay, that's the one thing I would do. Now, if you guys are kind of high tech and you don't like to take notes, second thing is you could use something else to write down your ideas. My two favorite are Google Docs, and then the whole OneNote. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of examples of mine. Okay, so let me share my screen here. Okay. Okay, so here it is. Let me move my thing away. Okay, so here's the screen. This is one way I use it. So this is, for example, there's a course I'm doing right now. It's like a 30-day course on YouTube videos. So it's called From Video Creators. And so each day they do a little section, and I just basically copy and paste some of the questions, and I kind of fill out the questions in here. And they put up different questions, they put little resources, and I can copy and paste them all in this document, so I don't have to go back to that course all the time and look at it. Okay, so I do that. So another tip is, if you guys don't have two screens, like I know you might be watching this on a cell phone, but if you don't have two screens, you're really hindering yourself. Like everywhere I work, I have two screens. So with one screen, I would have the course open, and then with the other screen, I would have my notes, so I can take notes. So for example, for the next 30 days, put number 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can copy and paste some of the comments in there. And you know, actually, to make it easier, if you want, I'm going to put a link here with a Google Doc with some information, so make it easier for you. You guys can just use that one and just make a copy of it. You just click it and it'll say make a copy, and you can use that if you want. That's one way of doing it, and basically it'll have the information. You can just fill it in. Okay. The second thing is I use OneNote. Now this is kind of like a virtual junk drawer. So you can see here all the things I work on. Profit 911. These are my newsletters that I do each month. So I have all of them like written out, the newsletter that I'm going to be sending to the doctors. Here's a community advocate. These are the ads that I do for community advocate. So this is one on arthritis. Here is the book I'm reading with Russell Brunson. So I'm taking notes as I'm reading a book. Here's Podiatry Practice Mastery, Podiatry Management, blogging notes, practice improvement audios, Jay Abraham stuff, strategic coach, books, Kajabi. So this is kind of like a virtual junk drawer. I'm not saying you need this. This is kind of complex, but OneNote has all my business stuff just in one place. And I kind of like it because it's not individual things like Google Docs is. So either one of these, we have Microsoft through our office, right? And so I get this for free forever kind of thing. And I can just make these different, they're called notebooks. So I would have like a marketing notebook. And so you could do a Podiatry Practice Mastery, and then you could do like the course. And then as you get other information, you can put it in here. You can put links in here. You can do other types of things in there. So works really well. I think you guys would enjoy that. Those are the two ways that I would go about keeping track of your ideas. Now, the other thing is making progress. Okay. I'm going to be brief here. This is the big mistake that I've made. Okay. I try to do too many things. Let me give you an example. Okay. I go to Strategic Coach, and this is the binder I use. And in the beginning of each quarter, I write down like 500 things here. Okay. And then I have this other page with tons of other things. Okay. How many of those do I actually do? Very few. I have I'm an idea guy. And then I just don't do them because I don't have enough what we call buffer time. We're going to talk another day about buffer time with that. That's just time just to get stuff done. Okay. So what have I found that works for me? What actually works is the following. You have to kind of write down your goals and kind of what's the big thing that you want to do. And keep it real simple. Like maybe your thing is you want to go from 600,000 to 800,000 or $1 million. Maybe that's your one goal. Maybe you want to open up another practice. Maybe you have more time with your family. Whatever it is, I try to think of what are the big things that I want to do. My big thing right now is putting together this 30-day practice blueprint because I think it's going to provide a lot of value. And I think people are going to use it more than they used to use that membership that I had before because it's going to be divided up. And then what I do basically is each day you can even do it in your little journal that you're going to get here. Okay. You just put down what are the 3 things that you want to get done each week. And you may think, that's not that exciting. I know it's not exciting. We all like to complicate things, especially me. So just write down each week, what are the 3 things that you want to do? Maybe write it down on a piece of paper, whatever. And then each day, write down like 1 or 2 or 3 things you're going to do to kind of get towards those 3 things. I know it's real simple. I tend to complicate things, but what I find if I don't do that, I don't make any progress. So those are the ideas with keeping ideas. Use a couple of those resources. I'll put a couple of links underneath here, and then making progress. The other thing about making progress is it's always good to do things together. Okay, that's why I think having a mastermind, we'll talk about that in the future. I've been part of masterminds. I'm part of this coach. Doing things together or having like a goal buddy, doing this course with someone is going to be better. So invite a friend. There's a little link underneath. You can put your email, their email. You can invite them. They can go through it with you. Okay. And you're going to be getting one thing a day with information. Okay. To do it together. You can work it together. You can even make a Google Doc together. Right. And then you could both put ideas in there, things like that. That would be fun. It seems like fun to me. You might not think it's fun, but let me know what you think. Put comments underneath here. Invite a friend. If you invite someone, I will send a special bonus to you. I know you're curious, right? That's why I do the bonus, right? Because what am I going to get, or what am I missing out if I don't invite anyone? Okay. Anyway, hope this was helpful. See you guys tomorrow.